this, but I've been meaning to do this for over 5 years, and I've recorded many, but I have never posted. So this is one I'm going to post because I think that this is genuinely going to be valuable information for everyone who views this video. Or maybe not. If it doesn't resonate with you, just click away and goodbye. But I think if you're here, it's because you resonate with my vibe and my message. And I take a very tough love approach towards my spiritual upbringing, self-upbringing, and I just want you to know that. Okay, so what is the reason why I started this video today? I discovered a tool this week which completely revolutionized my spiritual journey, and I want to share it with everyone. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to say this. I thought about writing a script, and maybe I'll do script videos in the future, but I just want this to flow. So this piece of knowledge, I'm just going to give it to you straight up. When you are jealous, or when you are judging someone, bad judging is bad. At any time, every single time that you are negatively judging someone, it is because they have something or are something that you desire to be or have. Why was this a revolutionary realization for me? 2 reasons mostly. Number one is because I am very harsh critic of everyone, and I know I give off a really nasty vibe to some people, or I have in the past, and like that's how it is to be me and to live in my shoes, like constant judgment. Well, this doesn't just free me from judgment, but what it does is it allows me to use my judgments for beneficial purposes that can grow who I am, and it can allow me to have a more positive association with people in my life that I would normally discount or even feel extremely bothered by and disrupted and like kind of have some drama there. I'm gonna give an example. We just moved to Colorado, and I love my new house, and I love my new neighborhood, but I just met the next door neighbor. There's not a lot of kids super close. I'm sure there are, but I just haven't met a lot yet or seen a lot. But I have seen one, and it's this little mother with a 2.5-year-old daughter, and they seem sweet. I was pushing my stroller yesterday, just walking along, and then like noticed back, like, oh, he snuck up behind me. And she's like not saying anything, walking 5 feet behind me. I didn't even notice. And so I'm like, cool. Somebody who's not afraid to get within 6 feet. She wasn't wearing a mask, but she did seem kind of square or cold in a way. And I came from Mormon town, so I'm used to interacting with people, but I didn't expect that totally here. I expected, I don't know. But the reason why we moved is so that I could interact with people who were more on a spiritual rather than religious, like warm rather than cold. I don't know actually what. I don't care anymore. I'm not trying to put labels on people or friendships. I know what I want, and I'm gonna manifest these women into my life, but I'm not bothered anymore by the presence of anyone else. It's just like, okay, cool, flow through. So this woman, she was like, oh, where do you live? Oh, that's 2 houses down from me. So we're actually super close neighbors, and she was like, cool, well, good to meet you, okay, bye. And she just took off real quick. I'm like, that's weird. Was I giving off a judgy vibe? Because I totally wasn't judging her until that moment, I believe. And then I did. I noticed that as the day went through, I kept thinking about her and like, oh man, that's gonna be my neighbor, like this super cold woman that doesn't want to hang out or connect or meet her kids. I had to ask her how old her kid was and what her kid names was, and she like reciprocate, which cool. And then I thought, oh wait, okay, judging this woman. This is what I learned. Like, I'm judging her, so she has something I want. What does she have that I want? Oh, I actually desire to be disconnected and cold. Disconnected from people and cold. Like, I desire that ability so much in my life because I've always been warm and giving and smiley and open. And I want to be cold now. I want to be cold. I want to be distant. I want people to prove to me that they're worthy to be in my life rather than the other way around, because that's how it's been for so long. Not to an extreme level. I believe this is coming from a balanced place now. So that's what I do desire, and I've been conscious of that desire, but I was just like, man, why am I judging this woman? Because every time we judge somebody, it's something that we are disallowing ourselves. So I'm not allowing myself to be cold and distant with people. I'm not allowing myself to give them the space to be who they are. I'm always bringing like, this is Renee, here's my thoughts, and here's who I am and my experiences, and don't you love me? And yeah, this woman wasn't, and I totally role modeled. I totally used her as my role model after that. Whereas before I would have like been thinking, judging, this woman, how could she dare be like that? And that's what it is. You're disallowing that in yourself. Same thing for like my dad. He judges gay people really hardcore. Every time he sees them, he's like, oh my God, those two dudes are holding their hands together. Do you see? That's so disgusting. That's what he said one time when we went on a vacation to New York City. He was like, look over there. There's two gay guys over there, disgusting. And I was like, geez, I was 7 years old. Like, Dad, that's so embarrassing. Well, obviously he wants the authority. He wants the self-authority to be able to experience gay feelings and gay thoughts and maybe even a gay relationship. But because he's afraid of that or doesn't want to fully embrace that, he is choosing to disallow that in himself and in others. So that's a really easy example. Another example that I want to share with you guys is that back 2 years ago in January, I had a free birth, and it was an unexpected footling breach. This is like a big deal apparently in the birth community. It's like breach is a big deal in the medical birth community, but then like footling breach is like, you shouldn't do that at all. So dangerous, an added level of danger. But I didn't know, which I'm kind of thankful for now. And because yeah, it didn't complicate anything. So yeah, I had this breach birth. Well, my partner's mom had 3 kids. My partner, the firstborn, secondborn hospital, secondborn home birth. Thirdborn, they told her it was breech, and so she had to get a C-section. Well, so this is really triggering for her that I was able to do this like easily and alone, no help or knowledge or whatever. So yeah, I get that. Women hold a lot of birth trauma. So the second reason why this has been such a for me is because I used to get so triggered when people judged me. So I was already judging myself really harshly. But now I can look at people's judgments and see them as a compliment, because all people's judgments about me are something that they want for themselves. So last year on my son's first birthday, it was like this grand anniversary of me having done this amazing, life-giving task. And she said, well, I would never do that. I would never, blah, blah, blah. It's so dangerous. Oh my gosh, I would never do that. And so I knew she was judging me for so long, and now I finally got this clarity about it this week. Wow, what she is really saying isn't that you shouldn't have done that. It's that I wish I had your courage, and I should have done that. And that's so beautiful and such an amazing message. And it's so, just enchanting for me to live in this life that way, where it opens up this realm of fantasy almost that's reality. It's like all of these good aspects of people that are unconscious, right? She knows she would like to have an unassisted preterm birth, and she knows she wants to be courageous, and she has all those desires and feelings, and they're lying underneath the surface, and now I can see them.